Hello, I'm Percy.
And I'm Joab.
You're watching How Did You Get There? So today on the show, we have an amazing guest all the way from Birmingham. From Birmingham, guys, and her name is Jess. Hi, Jess.
Hi, Percy.
Oh my God, thank you for coming.
Thanks for having me, Dan.
Honestly, it's amazing. Please introduce yourself to the viewers. Tell them about Jess and what you do.
So, my name is Jess ELLMER. I am all the way from Birmingham. Not originally. Thankfully, I haven't got a Birmingham accent. Not there's anything about Birmingham. Oh God, we've just offended lots of people. So, I am a wellness coach. I've got a Pilates studio in Kenilworth, which is in Warwickshire. And I started that business about 2.5 years ago.
Amazing. So you said 2.5 years ago.
Amazing.
Why? Like, what happened?
I just got to a point in my life where I was employed. I was working as a personal trainer. I was kind of running that rat race of 70 hours a week for minimum wage. And I was enjoying what I was doing, but I wasn't enjoying what I was getting out of it.
Okay.
There wasn't any balance.
Okay.
And so it really stemmed from that. I just woke up one morning, I turned to my boyfriend at the time and I said, I'm leaving. And he was like,
That was my fish right now.
Yeah. I'm leaving you.
Yeah.
I'm leaving my job. I'd never lived on my own. Yeah, I got to 31 and I'd never lived on my own. So I just knew that if I didn't make a change then, I was going to live that life forever. Just churning and doing and being, but not really living and thriving and being the best version of myself. Yeah.
You're
So
leaving
that's just a
the
little
job?
bit of it. Yeah.
She is leaving him?
Yeah.
Yeah, wow. That would
Yeah,
have
can
hurt.
we, what happened there? Like, that's a lot of leaving things behind.
Yeah.
Why? Like, the transition.
I felt like I was a little bird and my wings were clipped and I just couldn't spread them, and I felt like I needed to in order to flourish and for anything to move. So I think just ripping the Band-Aid off and literally jumping, I didn't know what I was going to do. I didn't know what I was going to do with the business, or I just knew that I had it in me to be able to generate some income and drive my passion forwards. Yeah.
We've had a few people actually who came to the show who kind of like yourself didn't exactly know where they're going at first, but do you think that's like I wouldn't say like a recipe, but is it better for you to have a plan and just do it, or are you rather comfortable stumbling into it?
Yeah, to be honest, in the 2.5 years that I've been running the business, I haven't really had a plan.
Wow.
So for me, it's been better just to go, okay, I'm just going to jump in head first and let my parachute open at some point and be cool with that. Yeah. But I'm not saying that that's for everybody, because I think some people are different, aren't they? Where they do need that structure.
They do,
Whereas for me, I feel quite creative, so I've got that freedom. Excites me.
Yeah.
Because people tend to plan a lot. And we had this conversation before. People tend to plan a lot and they want to understand, what am I doing next? They are comfortable knowing the next move than just risking it and just figuring out as they go along. But you look like the type of person that spontaneous. Let's use that word.
Yeah, and I think you're right. There are definitely elements of that I love. But don't get me wrong, there are moments where I think I need a plan.
Okay.
There definitely has been times where I've gone through that.
Okay.
And not been able to come up with a plan. And
Yeah.
then that almost has the reverse effect. It kind of stops me in my tracks and sort of dampens my creativity. So I think for me, it's it can be unnerving not having that plan.
Yes. I think that's a risk most people can't take. I myself, I'm more spontaneous, unlike yourself. I don't really like to sit down and write the plan. Like, okay, you probably do a lot of writing than I do. But for me, I like to just jump in. I like to just figure it out as I go along. And that works for me. Like I say, it's not for everybody. So how would you advise someone then who's starting out a business with your knowledge now? What would be the best advice to give them? Because I feel like it's one or two ways.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I think you have to be true to yourself.
Okay.
So you have to listen to the initial spark, the passion, that drive. What is it that you want to do? What is, because there's so many things that you can do now, isn't there? And I think a business initially has to start from that. because it probably isn't going to last any longer than 6 months if you haven't got that drive and that energy and that passion behind it.
Yeah.
So I think that would be number one.
The number one, yeah.
And then maybe to put out a little bit of a skeleton, so you're not completely shooting in the dark. Like us, we're like, well, we're just going to jump in and do anything. But maybe just give yourself a little bit of a plan.
Yeah.
And go for it.
Just
be brave.
Yeah.
If you really feel, and I feel so passionate about that. And we were talking earlier about the fact that if there's just even something that doesn't sit right for you in your life, to just step outside your box, do something that scares you. What have you got to lose? What's going to happen?
What do you have to lose?
A lot. My sleep.
Because I feel like you're currently in that transition right now. Hence why I asked that question, because like he's sort of like doing the transition and the planning is also in play, but do you just jump in as well? You know, so I don't know. Definitely. How are you coping? Like, I don't know. Like,
I think it's like it's a lot of anxiety sometimes, because you know you have this thing that could work, but you also have it in the back of your mind. But if it doesn't, do I have a net to fall on?
Backup plan.
But knowing that if I do have a backup plan, that means I'm always thinking about that backup plan.
Okay.
When I should just be.
Okay.
So if I ask you a question, what scares you about it the most?
What scares me is not necessarily not succeeding, but the people that have poured into me, who have made an impact on my life, and me not matching up to the expectations for myself, but also the fact that I'm not doing it just for me.
Yeah, I understand. But so if you were to stay where you are now, how does that look to you?
Not great. Not great at all.
So it's about weighing those options up, I think, and going, actually, what's going to be best to make your heart happy? Because whatever that is, that circle of people around you are gonna be behind you no matter what, and they're gonna be there to watch you strive. And it isn't an easy path, is it? But they're gonna be there if you need them. And hopefully, fingers crossed, you wouldn't fall because you put your passion and your energy into that.
True. I feel like I could just have this
session.
Sometimes. No, we're doing it now. I love it.
But go on. This is actually good to see.
But I think just be brave. That would be my. And I know that's easy for me to say, but what have you got to lose? And I know that there are lots of factors, but maybe writing it down so you like you would your pros and cons. And then just doing it anyway.
Just like Nike. Just do it.
But it's a process, isn't it? That you have to go through
the process. That's why we're doing the show, because it's about the process of becoming. And I think sometimes we're very afraid of the process. It's like wanting a diamond, but you don't want to dig for it.
Definitely.
Do you see that?
I love that.
I want the diamond, but I don't want to dig for it.
No.
You know, I want the money, the house.
Yes.
But this middle part here, can I just skip that?
Yeah. You know? Exactly that. And it's like people want so bad for something else. But they're not willing to make that
at all.
It doesn't have to be big.
No.
It can just start with something so small.
And then
but it's that you're never going to get that diamond if you stay where you are.
True.
You're not, because you're not going to make your soul happy.
Exactly. Oh, I love that.
It's like, but doctor.
I think you're great.
I love the making your soul happy. Because I think sometimes we focus solely on the success. I want to be successful, but is it meaningful? Is it impactful? Does it make you happy? Do you have a reason to get up in the morning?
Exactly.
Like what you do there, like your business is not typical. Like not many people are doing it.
No.
So it makes your soul happy.
Definitely. And the thing for me is, if I can, so definitely when I left, I was sort of stumbling in the dark. I felt a lot like you. I felt anxiety. God, I felt anxiety for about a year. Was it the right decision? Had I left something behind that could have worked? Could I have made it work? But when you come out of that, when your parachute does open, it's like, oh my God, this is everything and more. And now for me, I feel like I've got options. And if I can give that to somebody else, even just one person, to go, oh my God, there's such a bigger world out there than where I'm sat at the moment.
Yeah, that's true.
Then that for me is everything.
My God, I love your energy. You have this peaceful thing about you. You've got this calmness.
Oh,
and
thank you.
coming to now your business, beaming with grace. Why that name?
Do you know, I sat for ages. I thought,
Yeah.
what am I going to call this? And originally I had grace
Yeah.
because I'd come from a dance background
Yeah.
and then worked heavily in Pilates. It was the movement that I saw
Okay.
sort of the grace come out of. So graceful movement, graceful soul, graceful.
Elegance.
Yeah, exactly. And then BEAM actually stands for bend, energize, align and move.
Okay.
Oh, wow. I never would have.
But BEAM, yeah, exactly. I mean, who knew? But it was just when I was writing it down. And then I thought, actually, being with grace.
Yeah.
And that's how I see my life. That's how I'd love others to sort of, or what I'd love others to take away from me is that if you can just add a little bit of BEAM to your life, it'll be graceful.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's it. I want to go back a little bit to a little bit of history. Your relationship. Because you left that during the transition of becoming and going to this new woman you were. And a lot of people hold on to the comfortable place. And I'm guessing he must have been your comfortable place for a long time for you to just walk out like that.
Yeah, definitely. Because I had worked as a musical theatre performer for about 9 years prior to all of this, the relationship and the job, the employed job, I'd never had an employed job before, and I had a stable relationship, but this was sort of the first grown-up stable relationship. And so at the time when we met, that's what I really needed. So it really grounded me.
Yes.
I got my roots.
Yes.
All of a sudden I was part of a community where I hadn't really had that before. And then the little bird in me was just like, I need to get out. And I couldn't see the wood from the trees really. So it had to be that way. And we just, if there was no animosity or anything, he's lovely. But we just done this. And I wanted to grow. And he was really, really happy with where he was. And you can't, what can you do with somebody? You can't do anything. Exactly.
You can't force
exactly.
them to do.
No.
So, wow.
So it's really just, it was just that we grew apart, and I think it had to happen all at the same time.
So like this is a female conversation.
What about you? No.
Are you beaming with grace?
He will be.
I will be.
Wellness coach. Why wellness coach?
A bit like I said earlier, because I believe that if you get your mindset right, if you can, the anxiety will always be there, but if you can get on top of that and learn how to process it and learn how to action from that anxious place, if you can move well and if you can eat well.
So it's an all-rounder thing.
Yeah, and that's why wellness really, it's like the umbrella that everything sits under for me. And they're sort of the three main aspects that I feel are really important in a healthy life.
Yes. I think I need some wellness coaching. Because it gets so tough as an entrepreneur. It gets so tough. Sometimes you're on your journey and you can't even get up anymore because you're trying to figure things out and you're like, I feel stuck. I've been in a place of being stuck so many times and trying to maneuver that place. It's a difficult season, especially when you don't know how to. And being stuck is horrible. And sometimes people like myself, like I'm always out in public speaking and everything. I always look confident. But when I have that moment of weakness, I don't know how to like present it to someone. I don't know how to show it or
it's our natural instinct to actually leave it and not share it.
I resonate with that massively because I feel, I put myself out on social media and there are definitely days where I feel like I don't want to speak to anybody. And similar to what you both do is you're giving a lot of your energy all of the time. And actually in those moments where you just don't feel like you have any energy. For me, I think it's about finding the other things that you enjoy in your life and really being, and some people really struggle with what else they are. You're this entrepreneur, you've got lots of creative ideas, but in the background, what do you enjoy singing? Do you enjoy dancing? Do you enjoy twerking? Like, what is it that
just say twerking now.
What is it that I've heard about you. But what is it that makes you tick? So that you can close the doors and go and do that. out of the spotlight or out of being this fabulous person that you present yourself to the world as.
Yeah.
And just being quiet. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that, is there? That you know.
So where are you now in life?
Good question. I feel somebody described it like this. I feel like a ship that's kind of set sail. So from the journey of like getting all the rigging on and, you know, getting all the stuff on board, getting all your passengers on. And then I'm like midway out to sea and my sails are open and they're like blowing in the wind. So it's a really secure, safe place. But on the other hand, it's a little bit turbulent at times because I haven't got a plan. And so I don't know where I'm going, which if you're on a big ship in the middle of the sea, you probably kind of need to know the way.
What's your go-to in that moment, in that turbulent moment?
So naturally is that anxious, that sort of unsure, crazy place. But from the work that I've done on myself over the time since I left my job and all of that, I try and sit in that a little bit.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah. So I just kind of try and bask in it and run, because I feel like when you're in that anxious, you know, trying to get there place, nothing happens. It's so resistant. So just to sit back and just let it move around me a little bit. But naturally I would do that bit that you were saying about is like be really anxious and go, I want something now.
I want it right now. Happen.
Yeah.
Wow. What are your top, probably say 3 tips you would give when you're coaching someone when it comes to their well-being? Because I feel like I'm saying, coming back to the conversation I was talking about, the stuck season, the season when you don't know how to move or maneuver. Like, how can I get back into that, like, my mental health to get it back in order? Because some people don't talk about it, but if you're by yourself, how do you start that process?
I would. My top number 1 tip would be to take a good look at what you've already got. Gratitude. So sit in that and we can, I mean, even if you think now, I'm sure you can think of 3 things that you're grateful for. But when you open up that door, all of a sudden you'll be surprised at how many grateful things you have in your life. And you just start really simply. So your family, your friends, you know, really simply. The house, the place that you live in, and just start to sort of manifest that and make a list of it. That will be my number 1. Number 2 would be talk about it. Talk to people. Like don't be afraid of that, because I think once you start to talk, your friend or your colleague or whatever will go, I get it. Yeah, I feel the same. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, you do?
I get that.
And number 3 would be move. Move your body. Move it. Exactly.
Just like that.
Just like that.
Come on, move your body.
Come on. Oh, baby. We've seen you moving.
Quite rigid.
But if you put a bit of music on and you're just in a room on your own, so no one's watching, cameras off, and you just shake it like the wind. Wow. So 3, gratitude, speak to people, move.
Wow, that's amazing.
And then let it settle. Every morning.
That's a new system for me. I'm going to wake up and just be grateful. And then if I feel like I need to let off my chest, talk about it. And then I'm going to shake. And maybe twerk.
Exactly.
What's
that?
Did
you want to show us you're twerking?
No.
Honestly, you're amazing.
That's really
your energy. Again, I come back to your energy. It's so, I feel calm around you.
Thank you.
I feel at peace. And I think that's why it works for you being a wellness coach. So it's really, really incredible to talk to you and just to get that insight into your life.
Thanks, Percy.
You know, so before we come and wrap up this show, just inspire someone out there. Inspire someone who's currently, I don't know why it keeps coming back to this. I feel like I feel like it's a season where people either they've broken out of that place and they're thriving, or they're really in this place. They're like, how do I make it happen? You know, and I feel like you are the right person just to inspire and just cheer them on.
I just think be brave. Like, there's no reason for you not to make a change.
Yeah.
Obviously, don't make a change if everything's brilliant and you're really happy. But if there's something that's niggling you, something that you feel like you've got a deeper burning desire to achieve, whatever it could be, just do it. Rip the Band-Aid off. Don't wait. We've not got long. And you only get one life, right? I think.
Just do it.
Just do it.
Yeah.
Like Nike, just do it.
Just do it. We're not sponsored by
Not sponsored by Nike, but they're wonderful brands.
But it's been incredible.
Thanks, Percy. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much, guys. This is JESS. I hope you learned so much and took those tips and make use of them. And I'm your girl, Percy.
And I'm Joab.
You're watching How Did You Get There? Wow.